graduated high school in 1985. Little town called Harvey, Louisiana, West Jefferson High School. Things didn't work out too good. I thought I was probably gonna get a scholarship and I didn't. So my mom was, you need to get a job, you need to do this, and we had a little bumping heads and stuff. So I didn't really know what to do. I didn't have no plan. So I went to my good old Army recruiter and I told him I just want to, pretty much, I need to do something. And he offered me military police, all these different combat-oriented jobs, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. He said, well, you can be a cook. And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good, because my family, my parents owned a restaurant. So I said, yeah, I could do that. So I joined the Army as a cook. So my career kind of started to take off. I started making rank, E5, E6. May of 2003, I was promoted to Sergeant First Class, which is E7, and I was in charge of a few different facilities in Germany and Korea. I did the Afghanistan tour 2009 with 5th Strike Brigade in Kandahar, and I was just dealing with a lot of logistical stuff right there on Kandahar, and then all of a sudden my Sergeant Major came to me and said I need another Sergeant First Class to run personal security detail. So I was sent on personal security detail as in a rotationary basis with 2 other guys, and we would do missions like 2 and 3 missions a week, and we running logistics up and down the main route where IEDs are, you can get ambushed, shot at, whatever. So by the grace of God, nothing happened, and we redeployed back here to Fort Lewis in July of 2010, but by that time, I had decided to retire anyway, because I was coming up on 24, 25 years. I told myself, I said, okay, I want to work, I want to do something. I don't want to just sit at home and get fat and do all the, husband stuff. And then I was sitting around thinking, I said, you know what, I want to do something else. But I don't know what I really want to do. So I started looking at all these different colleges, and I was like, hey, Bates is right up the street. Bates Technical, they offered all kind of programs. They had a food service program, with the chef and all that. And I was like, no, I don't think I want to cook no more. And so I'm looking through the brochure, and wireless voice data communication was the last program in that book, because everything was in, alphabetical order. And I was like, hey, this is pretty neat. They offer all these different things, network cabling, fiber optics. And I said, okay, that sounds like what I want to do. My mother used to work for AT&T. And she was in that type of program. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do the wireless voice data communication program. I went to Bates for the orientation and talked to a couple of counselors and just trying to get myself set up on what I want to do. So me being the person that I am, it was like maybe August. I came down to the campus and I just walked around. Nobody was there. The place was open, but I just walked around and I looked at the certain classrooms and all this. First semester with Dave Skeen, basic, electronics, AC, DC, and then learning all that stuff. And I kind of struggled because I never dealt with that stuff before, and then the math was really kicking my butt because I haven't taken any algebra in 30 years from high school. So I went in there, got a tutor, and they got me straight, and they just started clicking again. I said, yeah, I remember this stuff. I had a breakthrough, that's what he told me. So things worked out. So I got with Laura really early, and I told her, I said, hey, I would really love to do an internship. So the internship just hit me hit me in the chest pretty much. This is what I want to do. And I kept telling her, I said, yeah, Laura, I want to do that. She said, yeah, there's a guy I know that does it at Western State Hospital. She said, would you be interested? I said, yeah. She started talking to John Wallace. John Wallace is the head IT manager at Western State Hospital. And they gave me an interview process. They asked me all different questions of what I know, and they gave me pieces of equipment. But at that time, I knew it like the back of my hand. And they said, "What is this? And what is that? This is a J-hook. This is a bracket for telephone line and all that. You give me the color code sequence and all that." So I gave them all that, and they were impressed. I started researching jobs around the first of the year, around January, because I knew around May I was going to graduate, so I wanted to be ahead of the game. So I started researching and looking at different companies. I looked at Comcast, I looked at CenturyLink, Port of Tacoma. I started looking at all these jobs and I started researching. So I got on the Boeing website and the job stuck out as electrical assembler installer. And then I got on there, looked at the job description and what it calls for, and it had terminations, cabling, wire bundles, and this is stuff we dealt with in Laura's class. So my resume was already done from the internship. So all I had to do was just change a couple of things around, like, take off Western State, put Boeing, and put the job thing on there, and then just look at the job description and make sure everything I have matches what Boeing's asking for. So I did all that, and then next thing you know, I got an interview in February. So time going by, I haven't heard from Boeing. And talking to people, I know a few people that work for Boeing, it might take about 6 months to hear back from them. At the end of April, I received a phone call, and the lady told me, said, "Yeah, we're gonna send you we want you to come work for us." So June 13th was my official hire date at Boeing. I can say I was lucky or I was blessed or whatever, but it happened. And a lot of the students asked me, how did I get hired so fast? And I said, man, I just think I was just lucky, or I was being ahead of the game. And then I got on the line, I was working on 777 in the aft cargo of the 777 now on the final body joint. That's where the wings join the fuselage, and then it moves to the final assembly. So we would connect the front part of the plane to the back part of the plane, and we would wire and connect all these wires and harnesses together. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Good, Brian. How about you?
Sorry to interrupt your class, man. Well, I'm a 30104. I'm a level 4 electrician, and that's basically where you're going to stay for that job code. But I'll probably transfer over to quality assurance in about 3 years from now. Oh yeah, this is a ton of growth. I started out $16 an hour, and you got to put in your work. 6 years, you could be making up to 40, 37, 39, 40, something like that. My lead tech makes 39 an hour. That's straight up.
39 an hour?
You make 39 an hour. You get bonuses. We have for a bonus in February. I think 15th we should get it. Do any job and not be happy with it, but I'm happy doing this. This is fun to me. You gotta have a goal. You gotta have something, you have to have a goal in life. But the electrical technology program that they offer, that I took with Bates, it really helped me out. When I came in August, I just walked around and looked at the campus. I looked at stuff all on the board, looked at all the different certifications. That what kind of brought me here. I know now you gotta have a plan in order to succeed somewhere.